What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on in here on today? Listen, welcome once again to the one and only. This is, the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live as we speak right now. It is on Podbean Live. It is on the Sports Empire Network page. It is on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Spotlight Sports. The Sports Empire Network YouTube page as well. I'm on Twitch live on my page and on Twitter live. Welcome to everybody that is tuning in now at the moment. I hope that you guys would do me a favor and share. Not because I can't share, it's just that when I'm trying to share, I don't know what is going on with my stuff lately. I just don't know, and I cannot share the way that I need to. So I hope that you guys would do me a favor on today, and I hope that you would share to as many as we can. I don't have as many people, many groups as I shared with. So I hope that you guys would share the content if you can, if you will. I would appreciate it so much. Welcome to the show. My day did not get off to a great start because um, my son played today. Most of you know he plays flag football. And today I had the privilege of um, coaching my son, at least on offense, that is. I did that today, and we lost. So my head coaching debut, or as an offensive coordinator, I must have been borrowing from the Kellen Moore playbook. I don't know. But I didn't get it done today. My son did score. I was so proud to call a play where he scored. I tell you that, but we lost. But we're in the playoffs next week. We didn't want to show too much. That's another thing. It's a little, little details of this thing. I think we're playing the same team actually on Tuesday night, so we didn't want to show too much. But we just weren't good enough today to get the job done. But we're going to get the job done on Tuesday. We're in the semifinals. Hope that we can pull it out. I won't be coaching. The next week I'll be a dad. You understand? I'll just be a dad. So that's how my day started. And I'm getting here now, and I don't know why on my personal page I cannot share for some reason. I don't know what is going on, but on the Big Time Show Facebook page, we're good. I know that we can. So if you don't mind, kind of spread this out as much as you can. I would appreciate it. I'm not expecting a big crowd today because I can't share it with my folks. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Hey, I see. Think Joe just popped in. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Who's here so far? Miss Ty's in the building. I see you. And brother Terry, what you say, man? Georgia about to beat up on Florida, so I'm in and out of the day. I understand, man. Hey, when I come on, it's in the middle of college football, and people, of course, are locked in, like they're gonna be locked in on tomorrow with the Cowboys. Me myself, I'm going to be locked in a little bit later on because my team, University of Michigan, will be playing Michigan State. Big rivalry game, as we know if you're a Michigan fan. So you already know what time it is. So I am looking forward to uh, later this evening. I'll be doing the same thing, which means I'm gonna get off this thing, before the time goes. Now, let me say this real quick, and you know, I'm gonna say this, and before I get started with the Cowboys, um, you know, when you if you take it up a notch If you go from 0 to 2, that's called progression. It may not be the progression that you may have wanted, but it is the progression. It's progression. If it was 0 and stayed at 0, that's called non-progression. Or if it goes down, that's called decline. So that's not the case. Um, what happened this morning on College Game Day was great. There's no two ways about it. In the last 3 weeks for Jackson State University and America's spotlight shining on them, um, has been nothing but greatness. You'll never see that again. You'll never see that again. Well, Good Morning America, then their homecoming, which known as nationwide as one of the biggest homecomings, that in Tennessee State and Jackson State, they're known for their homecomings for years and years and years. It's a big event in HBCU community. It is a huge thing. And then to top it off today, where the number one college pregame show shows up, a nationwide. Everybody watches College Game Day, so that's 3 weeks in a row that Jackson State and Coach Dion has had the spotlight on this HBCU, and for anybody to try to minimize it at all, it's just totally ridiculous. It is progression. Um, and I'm happy that I didn't go to Jackson State, but I'm happy to see the nation get a different view, a different piece of what college football has been forever. HBCUs just didn't start playing football. This has been going for hundreds of years. But to have this, and kudos to Coach Prime and to what he has meant, not only to Jackson State, but to every HBCU, whether they hate him or like him. He has shined a huge light on HBCUs, and HBCUs are better for it because of primetime Deion Sanders. It's just no other way to look at it. And we could just put a period on that. We don't need commas and uh, dissection and debates and all that kind of stuff. Today was a good day for Jackson State University, period. That's just the bottom line. Any other way to look at it is just a very minority outlook and opinionated. And it's just, you just can't please some folks. Some folks are always gonna find a way to go the other route. That's it's just what it is, and it's their right, it's their opinion, it's their outlook, it's their perspective. Whatever way you want to look at it, so be it. Let them have it. Please understand they are in a very, very small minority. Um, Everybody knows what this meant for today. So that's my little diatribe on that. I had to throw that in uh, real quick. All right, tomorrow, another big game on tomorrow. Another big game on tomorrow. Now, you haters will say, well, y'all ain't playing nobody but the Chicago Bears. Y'all don't know, because they say the same thing about the Detroit Lions and all that kind of stuff. Listen, and for cause of that, the pom poms have not been ordered at an all time rate this week, because I guess they figured that the Cowboys are going to win. So they ain't jumping on the Lions and the Bears bandwagon. But make no mistake about it, they hoping that the Cowboys some kind of way mess this up and lose this game tomorrow. Now, I want you guys to know this, just for the preview show, that I'm already saying that because of the way that Chicago plays football, particularly from the offensive side of the football, I don't believe this will be an easy game for the Cowboys. I don't. I do not believe that this will be an easy game for the Cowboys at all. I would not be surprised, you guys, that I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys, this is a tight football game. I would not be surprised if this game is I believe is probably be even more close or tighter, if you will, than last week against the Lions. I believe that we're going to have a real tight football game. The reason why that this is going to be tight, in my view, is unless there's some turnovers by Chicago, which is a possibility. But they do best what we do worse. They run the football well, while our weakness on defense is stopping the run. Um, they ran it, I believe, over 48 times against the Patriots last week. Now, you can't minimize that at all because of who the Patriots are coached by. We're talking about Bill Belichick, a defensive guru. Resume speaks for itself, no doubt. Hall of Fame coach, one considered maybe to be one of the greatest to ever do it. What's up, Stephen? I see you. There's no question that he is one of the best to do it. So we got to be careful about that. They think they ran for over 249 yards rushing on last week against the Patriots. Going against a coach like that who knows how to stop the run, who knows every defense imaginable to get it done. And Chicago just ran all over them last week. That is what we don't do well. Primarily, and we haven't had it on. We haven't had it on full display because usually we'll jump out on people, and because we jump out on people, we can't we turn loose our pass rushers, and because we turn in the pass rushers, we kind of take it and roll and leave. It kind of eliminates the other team's passing game. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you popping in. Hey, for those that are coming in, I hope that you would share. I'm having a problem with sharing for some crazy reason right now. It is what it is, but hopefully you guys will share with me. I'm going to copy the link, see what happened there. Y'all forgive me for being a little janky right now, but I'm trying to get it to some people. Yeah. Okay, I did that. All right. That's good stuff there. Tomorrow, we're going to be tested. No doubt about it. We're going to be tested because we're going to run against a team that is definitely dedicated to running the football because they don't want to get into a predicament where they are going to put the ball into Justin Fields' hands as far as a passer. They don't want that because he's not good. He's not great at that. Okay. But what he is good at, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is running the football. The Cowboys have only had one test this year of facing a real mobile quarterback, and that was against Philadelphia. And bottom line, we lost. That's all. I know Cooper Rush played. I know he had a bad game, et cetera, et cetera. But the bottom line is we lost. Justin Fields can hurt you if you loud. He's going to make some plays. He's too gifted of an athlete. He's too good of a player that eventually he is going to get you. You just don't want him to gas you for about 100 yards himself rushing. It's really that simple. Now, on the flip side of that, I know some of you are great statisticians. You're in your own right because you research. You also will know that Justin Fields is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Part of that is because he tries to extend plays. He does not throw the ball away a lot. And then his offensive line is not that great. You know what I'm saying? So they're not that great at all. But his athleticism can hurt you. So we got to pay attention to him tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some spies tomorrow as well as we should. I think that we ought to do that without a doubt. I think that we need to do that. I think that is needed. And I believe that we're going to see that because this guy can kill you. He can. Uh, Running the ball, they don't have a lot of explosive guys. They got good run. They have definitely one good, pretty, borderline, real good running back in Montgomery, David Montgomery, who can get you as well. So they're going to pound the football tomorrow, which is the reason why earlier this week you saw the Cowboys go ahead and get Jonathan Rankins. I'm sorry, Hankins. I'm sorry. You saw that. You saw where he came from the Raiders. You know how huge he is by now. You know how big he is, and he is solid. People kill me when the Cowboys go get somebody. They think, well, who is he? He's this and that. Look, we didn't try to get a All Pro. We didn't try to get a first team All Pro. We didn't do that. We went and got a guy to fill out depth. That's what we did. And he is a good depth filler. Everybody never said this dude was a Pro Bowl defensive tackle. We just said that we never have had this type of guy, this in a while, this big that can hold the block. And the advantage of that, ladies and gentlemen, is if your defensive tackle, he is Ohio State guy, Justin. He is an Ohio State guy. The advantage of having a guy like him is if he can hold his ground, what it does, it allows the linebackers to run. The offensive lineman can't quite get to the linebackers because this big dude can hog up maybe two people by himself. That's the advantage that we're looking for. We're looking for a guy that can fill in gaps, plus he can penetrate as well. So, the tape don't lie. He's a former second round pick. A lot of people thought that he should have been in the first round when he was there. So let's not act like this kid is some trash. He is not trash by no means. He can play. And I believe he's going to get a lot of snaps tomorrow. He just played last week with the Raiders. So, it's not like he's not in shape. He's not, it's not like it's not hard to be honest with you. When you're playing nose tackle, it's really just about gap responsibility. So really all you got to say, hey, on this call here, you got the A gap. On this call here, you're directly over the center. On this call here, you're on the right of the center. It's not hard. You shoot this gap, you shoot the A gap, you shoot the B gap. It's not hard when you're playing no. Some positions don't require a lot of chalkboard material. Your job is to try to get here to this gap, hold that gap, take control of that gap, and let your linebacker start running and free. I believe he can do that. I believe we're gonna find out. And there's some rumors going around that Neville Gallimore is not happy about all this. I understand that. I understand it. But you had last year and you had this year to pretty much show the team what you can do. Not saying he's not a playmaker. Not saying that Neville Gallimore has not made plays. What's up, Karam? I see you. He can. What's up, Joe? I see you. He can, but when it comes to, he's a smaller type guy. He can get pushed around. He has gotten pushed around. That has been one of the Achilles heel of the Dallas Cowboys for the last 10 years. What's up, Freddie? I see you. One of the Achilles heels that has been of the Cowboys is right there in the middle. We've always had athleticism at D tackle. That's what we got now. Tristan Hill, other than Bohanna, everybody else. OC is a playmaker, but when you add it up as far as defensive tackles, they really are on the small end. They're not huge. What they are is extremely quick. But when you start talking about, you know, um, guys who, when we start talking about grinded out football, where you're dedicated to running the ball, you better have some guys that can hold their ground in the middle. If not, you're gonna get gashed easy. And so I applaud the Cowboys for addressing a much needed need that they did and getting the guy. Exactly, Justin. We don't have that Leon Lit type who was both big and fast and quick. We just got a bunch of guys who are quick. OC is quick. Tristan Hill is quick. Gallimore is pretty good both ways, but in a physical running game, he's not that guy. And so hopefully you're getting much more depth. I'm waiting myself. I'm interested to see tomorrow. For instance, tomorrow, I'm interested to see the times when Bohanna and our new guy are on the field at the same time. Bohanna is a huge guy. This other guy, Rankins. Y'all forgive me for calling. Is it Jonathan Hankins or Rankins? Y'all forgive me. I did a video on him this week. You know what I mean? I'm acting real junky right now because I done messed up the main name. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. I don't want to call him. I don't want to call him by anything other than his name. Maybe y'all typing it in real quick. No, I'm live there. I didn't want that. Jonathan Hankins. I'm sorry, Hankins. Jonathan Hankins. Uh, Jonathan Hankins. I don't know why I want to keep saying rankings. Jonathan Hankins. I'm interested to see when both of them get on the line together and see how immovable they will be. That's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We may not get to see that except in third and shorts or goal lines or whatever. We may not get to see that, lining up. But I believe we're gonna see a little bit more quicker than later because Chicago will run the football, which is gonna be their primary offense. We got to stop the run tomorrow to make Justin Fields throw the football. We got to do that. If we do that, we'll be in good shape. All right. Tomorrow as well. Tomorrow. What we're going to also see. What's up, Sadiq Charles? Man, I appreciate it, man. My brother came in from hey Sadiq. I hope I pronounce your name. Your Sadiq Charles. Let me just call you Mr. Charles. I got that part right. Who's a fan of Law Nation, one of his followers who came over here with me. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, listen, Mr. Charles, I hope you support me by subscribing to my channel just in case. If you haven't already, I would appreciate that, brother. Since you're watching on YouTube, just go ahead and subscribe to that. I see everybody there. I see Mr. Charles, you know everybody. Well, you know the family. You might as well be a part of it. Go on, subscribe to it, and we'll go. Now, offensively, and this is what Cowboy Nation, y'all irritating me. Y'all really are. Y'all. I'm not worried about defensively. I'm worried about defensive tomorrow because I go to Chicago, gonna run the ball, and I know we don't do that. Stop it well. Matter of fact, let's look at this real quick so we'll know where we are. Let's look at this real quick. I brought this up for y'all, so you can see what's going on. Oh, say Miss Charles. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, I am so sorry. Miss Charles, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Let's say hello, go to talk to the queen then. Miss Charles, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I apologize. Um, Miss Charles, thank you so much for popping in. Let's look at this real quick together, y'all. And that way, I want you guys to see where we are. All right. I know you guys see this. It's highlighted. I want to show you this is because Chicago has a pretty good defense as well. Okay, let's not act like we got some chopped liver coming in here tomorrow. Against the pass, if you can see where I am. Well, let me get out of this part. Let me see here. If you can see where I'm at now. If you can see that Chicago is third in the league against yards per game in passing at 180 yards a game, and the Cowboys are right behind them. They're fourth in the league at 185 yards per game. So we're talking about one of the better teams when it comes to uh, how much yardage they give up per game. When you look at how much they're giving up, that's just about, uh, you know, that's. I hope nobody is we challenging it. I believe we are going to challenge it a little bit tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if Dak opened it up a little bit more tomorrow. Um, but I don't want him to be throwing for 350 yards though. I just think that he's going to exploit them for that because they are going to be heavily stacked against the run on tomorrow, and we all know why. And I'll get into that in a second. But let me go to this real quick. Yards per game. You guys can see this as I move. Uh, Yards per game. The reason why we need to run as well as they will as well. The Cowboys give up 120 yards a game rushing. But if we go down, Chicago Bears are at the lowest part of the league. They give up as a defense 149 yards a game rushing. The Cowboys again give up 120 yards a game. Y'all can see my arrow here. And the Bears give up 149 yards a game. So it's obvious, y'all, what both teams want to do tomorrow. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's extremely obvious. Obvious what everybody should be doing. But it's going to be interesting. As you can see, the yards per game, as I said, passing, they're just about the same. Chicago's third, 5 yards better than the Cowboys. So you see what's going on here. I see somebody that came in acting a fool and we blocked them. Okay. I believe that we're going to have tomorrow the first, and I don't want y'all to be mad because I just think it's sometimes you got to do it. I think this is going to be as usual killing more type game, but it's going to be the type of game that I don't like. Now, in fairness to Kellen Moore, it might be necessary. It very well might be necessary that he may have to open it up with Dak tomorrow because tomorrow, as we all know, is that Zeke will not be playing. That's already been put out, and Jerry Jones actually messed that up. Mike McCarthy is trying to play poker in his press conferences by saying, "Well, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, and we just got to be ready for it and check it out." Jerry just gets out there and just say, "No, he's not playing." It just ruins the poker. So now Chicago gets to primarily focus now on Tony Pollard rather than trying to figure out if Zeke is playing or not. So Jerry messed that up. I'm not shocked about it. It's just he just can't help it. He's never on the same page a lot. So Tony Pollard gets the ball tomorrow. Now I'm gonna get a lot of y'all mad right now. I hope y'all stay with me for a minute. I hope y'all stay with me. Let me tell y'all something. And you got to be honest about it. I don't want you to be loyal. I want you to be honest about it. There's a group of Cowboy fans that say Tony Pollard is not a running back. Then there's a group of Cowboy fans that say he's not a complete running back. And then there's a group of Cowboy fans say that Tony Pollard should be starting. And Ezekiel Elliott should to get a reduced role in running the football. That's what a lot of Cowboy fans, a lot of Cowboy fans fall into one of those three categories. Now I don't know where y'all stand, and whoever else is going to be watching this a little bit or listening to this a little bit later on. Hey, Michael, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate you, Con, man. Appreciate you. I appreciate you popping in. I don't know where you stand on this. But this is just my observation, and of course, we all family here. You don't have to agree with me at all. This is what I do know. I do know that in the offense this year and parts of last year, as far as running the football, there's just something about when Pollard comes in the game, things just start to click. That's all I'm saying. The yards that I see Ezekiel Elliott get, because it's obvious what he's gonna do. He gets the ball, they're just gonna plug him and run him up the middle. That's what Kellen Moore calls. He's never going a stretch play, a sweet play, or nothing like that. Just run Zeke up the middle. Zeke get 2 yards. Well, you run those same plays with Pollard. It's not just for 2 yards. It's for at least 4. You know? I feel like that the offense is going to be real smooth tomorrow, to be honest with you, because they're at this point in their careers, Pollard is more dangerous. Let's say that. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying he's more dangerous than Ezekiel Elliott is. You ain't got to. I know you like Zeke. I like Zeke, but let's just call it like it is. He is more dangerous. We all know Pollard can break one at any moment. He breaks one just about every game. I believe that he's gonna do that tomorrow as well. I'm looking for a huge game tomorrow from Pollard. Now, the only question mark is this, y'all? Well, if you're gonna be honest about Pollard in that area, then you have to be honest about Pollard in the other area, which is the pass blocking. He's not good at that. He's not. He's not good at pass blocking. Well, he's gonna get tested tomorrow. And I believe that Tony is at the point right now where he can really audition for a team. If he have a huge game tomorrow, I'm talking about like 150, something like that, 150 some odd yards, depending on, and he can tote the load. If he gets the ball 25 times or something like that, I'm telling y'all, uh, we we might as well start getting ready to count our last few weeks with him, because some team, that's all they need to see. This is the only question that they have about Pollard. Can he be a every down back? Can he take the punishment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And can he pass block? Okay, if he, all he got to do is show it one good time here. If y'all was willing to anoint Cooper Rush after 2 or 3 weeks or whatever as a quarterback, then Pollard's resume don't need 4 games. All he needs is 1. That's all he needs, just 1. If y'all were ready, some of y'all ready to anoint, we have to put Dak on the bench forever and let Cooper Rush start and all that kind of stuff. If y'all did that with Cooper Rush, please understand Tony Pollard only needs one huge game. And if he has one huge game, he's going to be gone because he's going to sign some big money somewhere. And his demand is going to be that way. He gets his chance tomorrow. I think he's going to have a huge game on tomorrow. Now, the other thing is, I hope Kellen Moore does not shy away from giving the ball to Malik Davis as well. Because certainly you just don't want this load to just strictly be on Tony Pollard. If Zeke Elliott's not playing, it's simple. You got Malik Davis, you have Tony Pollard, give them the football. Because they're giving up 149 yards a game rushing. You need to run the football, and it's going to take more than one man to get the job done. I hope he gives Malik Davis the ball tomorrow. I really hope so. If he does this, we're going to be fine. Talk also have been, if you've listened this week, the talk of Michael Gallup not getting the ball. That's why I say I know Kellen Moore is probably going to do exactly the opposite of what I'm saying. I believe that Dak is going to get I wouldn't be surprised if Dak throw the ball tomorrow 30 plus times tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. Jose, hey Jose, I'm sorry, I see you, brother. Jose says if Bryson Robinson falls to us in the draft, you run and take that card in. Well, I ain't in the draft yet, Jose. I ain't in the draft yet. I'm concentrated on Chicago and trying to win at least 10 games this year to get me in the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to trying to project all the way to the draft now. So let's just try to beat Chicago. And the best way to do it. So I hope that he doesn't forget that. But I know he's going to try to get Gallup the ball because there's been too much said about it. He's going to try to get CD involved. And Dak Dak done had a whole week, so I'm quite sure, hey, the offense that as we know it, I wouldn't be surprised if Dak throws it tomorrow, especially if we are not highly successful. One thing they keep saying is we love Zeke, and we do too, because he wears out a defense. And we need that pounding. Well, that pounding, the way they describe it, probably won't be there tomorrow like that. Unless, the offensive line goes cuckoo and just start beating up folks tomorrow. But I just don't see it. I think Dak is going to throw the ball tomorrow a lot. And I think that Tony Pollard is going to end up getting, instead of his 10 to 12 carries, he'll probably get somewhere between, I'll say 16 and 20. And hopefully Malik Davis will get some of the action too. It's going to be different without Zeke in there. They really do like the battering ram approach with Zeke, and Tony Pollard is not a battering ram. So it's going to be interesting to see, how much Dak throws the ball on tomorrow. Now, I got to give this credit, and I'm almost through, y'all. I have to give credit to Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. I have to give them credit. And I guess part of Ezekiel. If you saw my video this week, you'll notice that I said this season is almost like deja vu. It's following the same footsteps as last season. Let me show y'all, because some of y'all didn't watch the video, so I'll recap it real quick. Number one, we played Tampa first week last year. We played Tampa this year, first game. This season for the first game. We lost last year. We lost this year. Right after that, last year, we played our best football. We ran off about 6 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And the primary foundation was we were running the football like crazy. That's when everybody was talking about Zeke and Pollard being the best 1-2 punch in the league and all that kind of stuff. We was killing people by running the ball. Okay. This season, we running the ball with Cooper Rush, just running it pretty much primarily. Well, not as effective as it was last year, but it's because we were running it that we and played great defense, of course, that we won the games that we won. We had the loss against Philly, but other than that, we have been pretty good running the football, or at least the commitment to running the football. Let me just say it like that. That's the reason why we're doing it. Right after about that 6th game last year, if you remember, Ezekiel Elliott got hit in the knee last season. And Ezekiel Elliott was not the same at all after that point. Primarily because he didn't sit out. They didn't let him sit out. He played, and if you remember, every time Ezekiel would get hit the following week, he'll start limping off the field. He just was not the same. Last year, they said it was a knee contusion. Then later we found out it was a PCL tear, which means Ezekiel Elliott played, and they had to know that. He had a PCL tear and played on it all year, knowing he wasn't right. In the last year, they kept saying, well, we're going to get the ball to Tony Pollard a whole lot more, primarily because they knew that Ezekiel Elliott was hurt. They knew he was. They didn't sit him down, so you didn't get the best version. That was last year. This year, he gets hits in the knee last week. Ezekiel Elliott comes back and say just the following that, he says, I have a bone bruise. Then it changed to a contusion. Then it changed from a contusion to a hyperextended knee. In other words, don't believe nothing Cowboys say because they let the man play on a PCL tear last year. And that you, in common sense, what the diagnosis should be, it don't require surgery, but it does require rest. They didn't give him any rest. This year, I got to give credit, at least for 1 week, that they are not going to let him play tomorrow. Last year, he would have played. This year, they're using the common sense approach, knowing that we got a bye next week. They're allowing him to sit this year. So the Cowboys, as much as we criticize Jerry and Steven, today you got to give them credit because they're doing finally the right thing. Sit Ezekiel Elliott down. We don't need him right now. We'll need him later on in the year. Whatever amount of rest you can give him, you need to give it to him. So I'm quite sure he has not practiced hard this week at all. He's not playing tomorrow. It's a bye week next week. I'm quite sure he will not be doing too much but rehabbing. You give him more than 2 weeks for rehabbing or whatever the case may be and rest, and we line it up again. And I realized even after he got hurt, Zeke Elliott still was hurdling people. Still got the 2 inside the 2-yard line got the 2 touchdowns as well. But I'm just saying some things require rest. Cool. Shout out to Jerry and Steven for finally doing the right thing. This is what they should have done last year. If you have a PCL injury or a hyperextended knee and you're playing the running back position, the thing that you don't need to happen is him constantly getting hit on it. That's what's going to happen in the game, especially when the other team knows you're injured right there. Oh, yeah, we're tackling you low. We're not tackling you high. We're going to hit you in your leg to make sure you come down. And if you get hurt, you just get hurt. They shouldn't have played you in the first place. That's all that happened last year. So I'm glad that he is sitting down tomorrow. Let the chips fall where they may. I'm glad that he is sitting down tomorrow. I'm hoping that he does get the rest. Hopefully it is what they saying is, but the Cowboys lie, obviously. So we don't know what it is. Exactly. So he will get the rest, at least for now. and then hopefully when we come back against Green Bay and Minnesota, he'll be ready to roll. Hopefully, hopefully he's not gonna get no more rest than these next few days that he's gonna get. So hopefully this will help him. I'm quite sure he will feel better. Let's just hope that his knee is what they saying it is. Uh, Ms. Charles said, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Zeke, even though they say he will not play. I doubt very seriously that he dressed. I hope he does not play. We don't need him now. We need him for November, December, since we like to use him as a battering ram. We'll need that later on when it get cold. We don't need that right now. Let the man rest. Let him try to get his knee together. Let Pollard go to work. It's only going to be one game anyway. Let him go to work. Hopefully, we'll find out about a little bit more about Malik Davis, and let him prove that he's ready for the stage, and let him go. Those are really the only questions. To make a long story short, I expect the Cowboys to win tomorrow. I believe it's going to be at some point that the Cowboys are going to get it together and they're going to make Justin Fields throw the football, and that's where we're going to win. I believe it. I believe it's going to be a boring football game, which is, hey, I'm good with it. I'm good with that. Unless, of course, the Cowboys explode offensively tomorrow, and with Dak throwing the ball, I believe there's a pretty good chance. To be honest with you, I do. I don't want him to throw it 30 times, but I just know Kellen Moore, he can't help it. He can't resist it. It's gonna happen. Especially with Zeke there, because I just hope he don't get the amnesia pill that we supposed to run the football tomorrow. I just hope he don't do it. I know it's coming. I know it is. Y'all know how I feel about Kellen Moore. Yeah, I just don't trust him. I don't like his style, play calling. I just don't. But I believe tomorrow he'll shine tomorrow. And I believe we'll win. And I'm saying we're winning by double digits. That's what I feel about it. I don't think Chicago is going to be able to do. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much, to be honest. I don't. I just think our defense is too good. They're on the roll. They know who they're playing tomorrow. They know that this dude is going to try to run the ball himself. They know how dangerous he is. They're going to be locked in on him. And I believe that we're going to be ready to go. Jose says Cowboy will throw the football, especially if Jalen Tolbert plays. Well, he hasn't played, so that's a wish list unless somebody gets hurt. He says, especially if Jalen Tolbert plays, to see if they need to trade for a wide receiver. Jose, I believe that if they already know what they need to do. If that is, if that's even on the board about talking about trading for a receiver, they already know that. They just haven't done anything. If that's what they know, by now you know what some of your needs are. That's why they went in and got Jonathan Hankins, the defensive tackle from the Raiders. They knew they needed it already. They just didn't make the 1 week decision. They saw how the team was playing. They know they're getting ready to run the ball. Teams are going to run the ball against them. They address the need the same way they did that for a defensive tackle. Will probably be the same way they will do it for a wide receiver if that's on their board or their need. The fans need and the way they think is totally different. Although I believe most of the fans are right. Personally speaking, I don't. A wide receiver wouldn't hurt us, but you got to keep in mind they probably the way the Cowboys operate, y'all keep forgetting that they feel like they got the answer already in the house, and that's James Washington. Yeah, I'm just telling y'all forgot about James Washington. He's close. He's right. I mean, he's ready to play. And so I believe they'll give James Washington a chance before they go and get a wide receiver from free agency or trade. All the talk about Odell Beckham and some of y'all are talking about Jared Judy and guys like that. You got to keep in mind James Washington is coming back. I mean, they act like they already got the answer in house. So, and like you said just before, Jose, Tolbert, we don't even know what Tolbert is all about. He must not be doing too well because he's not even hardly dressing for the games. So, it's just not being publicized, but he must not be doing things well in practice. He's not even getting on the field. So, I just believe that James Washington is going to have an impact, at least as far as a roster spot. He's going to get the roster spot before, uh, you know, they're going to find that out quick, even though it's by next Tuesday. I believe next Tuesday, the trade deadline. I really don't even think wide receiver is something they even looking at. I don't. That's just me, though. I hope I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I just don't think they are. I just think they're waiting for James Washington to come in. And I really believe they feel that Noah Brown, James Washington, and Michael Gallup can get the job done. You throw in Noah Brown with that as well. They feel like they probably feel like we don't need nothing else. So keep that in mind. You always keep in mind what the fans think and what Steve and Jones think are two totally different things. We ought to know that by now. You know what I'm saying? We ought to know that by now. We ought to know that they don't operate like we do. We call out things that make sense as a fan base, and they go get it. Y'all be saying, let's go get Odell Beckham. Let's go get Jared Judy. Let's go get a D tackle. A lot of y'all was saying, let's go get Ndamukong Suh. Get Sue. And they already had in mind, we're going to get Jonathan Hankins from the Raiders. Y'all wanted the D tackle. We got one for you. We just ain't gonna get y'all that big name that y'all want. Y'all want Ndamukong Suh. We're gonna go ahead and get this kid out of Oakland, cheap and just played last week, and he's ready to roll. Y'all saying Ndamukong Suh, we're saying Jonathan Hankins. That's the way Jerry Jones think. That made Stephen Jones at least. So let's kind of tone down expectations of players, because if that be the case, we'll never realize that because of who our front office is. It is what it is. But this day is not a knocking day or to bring down the Jones family and all that. Listen, we're 5-2. We got a chance to be 6-2 tomorrow. Nobody thought we would be 6-2 at this point. These are the games that you just have to win. These are the games that you should not let them. This should not be a loss. You got to win this game. You need to stack the wins up as much as possible because you do not want to fall any further behind Philadelphia than where we already are. To be technically speaking, we're 3 games behind Philly. We're 3 because they beat us. So we already 2 games behind. We're 3. We can't afford to fall back 3.5, 4 games behind them now. So these are games that are must wins just to keep pace. We got a lot of football left, but we have to keep pace. These are games that the way this thing is falling out, the scheduling fell just right for the Dallas Cowboys. It fell just right. The bye week is coming up. Ezekiel Elliott is a little nicked up. Dak is just coming back, and we've had a chance to play the Lions and the Bears. And so things are falling right into place the way that it needs to. All we got to do is make sure that we take care of our business, which is get the W. I don't care if it's 19 to 18. 6-3. I don't care. Just win. That's all. We got to stack wins because as of right now, we got to make sure that if Philly goes on to do what I think they're going to do, the division won't even probably be thought about. You know what I'm saying? That then you start got to looking at the wild card. You got to make sure that if you're gonna get the wild card, you need to make sure you solidifying your spot. Right now, that's what we're battling for. Well, it's too early to say we're battling. Let me take all that back. The division still is wide open, especially since we play them in December. But we're 3 games behind right now. A lot of football left to be played. Right now, it's all about stacking the wins. Just stack the wins. Stack the wins. Get 2 weeks to get ready for Green Bay. At Green Bay, and then we got Minnesota at Minnesota after that. So I mean, we got 2. You know, the Lambeau Field is not good to us, and then Minnesota, even though we beat them, they're dangerous, as we all know. So we got to win these games while we can. Hopefully, Dak will be in the groove. Hopefully, Pollard will get the ball. Hopefully, our defense still plays like monsters that they are. And hopefully, they hit Justin Fields a lot of times, like he's been getting hit all season long. And we should do fine. I got us winning by double digits tomorrow. That's me. Matter of fact, since y'all here, y'all give me. I see you what you're saying, Miss Charles. She said something going on with Mr. Tolbert, and they are not saying anything. That's what I was saying before, and I don't think it's injury. I just think that he's not meeting the expectations. That's what they said. He's been a healthy scratch. So something is going on that he's not, but nobody ain't talking about it, nor they should. But we know it's not right because he's a 3rd-round draft pick and he's not on the field, and he's not even listed on the depth chart on when game day comes. So we know he's not doing well. Whatever that is, we don't know. We ain't at the practice. We don't know how it is. Film study. I did hear something that said that there's a lot of things that he has to grasp from the wide receiver position, and he's not doing that well. Don't know how true that is, but I've heard that. And that don't necessarily mean that he's dumb. It's just he may not remember to be in certain positions and all that kind of stuff. You got to know the playbook. It's really just that simple. So I don't know. Have no clue. But I'm not. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even say it there because it's kind of like putting speculation out there. So I apologize for that. I don't know. Karan, exactly. Karan said we need to play like your backs are against the wall. I don't think defensively we're going to have that issue. Miss Charles, said Green Bay is not a threat. Aaron Rodgers has always been a threat to us. Always. He sees the stars, whether he come to Dallas or we play in Green Bay, and we haven't beaten him. I don't care what team he had. We haven't beaten him. We haven't beat him. Except that one year when David Irvin was playing. That's that Lambeau Field has not been good to us. and so until we beat him, he's always a threat to me. He's a threat to me because we haven't beat him. We just haven't beaten him. We just haven't. We haven't beaten. And I realize they're struggling this year, but when you start talking about Green Bay in November and all that kind of stuff, it's just it's Rodgers. We haven't beaten them yet. We just need to get it done. But first, we need to beat Chicago. I'll worry about him in a couple of weeks. But until then, let's just beat Chicago. All right. Matter of fact, everybody on here, if you don't mind, give me a prediction for your score. I'm going to go, I said double digits. I'm going to go 24-13 Dallas. 24-13. That's my score. 24-13. 24-13. What's your score? Y'all type it in real quick. Let's talk about it. I want to see if people are thinking like I am. If you're on Podbean, give me what you think. Hey, Grady, I see you popped in. Karam is a little closer than mine, but that's 7 points. That's big. 23-16 tomorrow. I said, what I say, 24-13. Okay. That's pretty good. Joe says 40-14. Woo! Good Lord. Joe. Ooh-wee. Joe, you're not even giving them a chance, are you? Joe, come on, talk to me, Joe. Joe is my partner and my guy from the country of Italy. So I don't know what time it is there, but I know it's late. He getting ready to go to bed in a minute. Joe says 40-14 Dallas. Joe, you got to let me know about this one now. Now, why you think we gonna blow him out like that? Oh my God, Shane. And my other brother, Shane says we need to quit playing down to the competition. We need to take teams by the throat. Cowboys 31-13. Woo! So Joe and Shane, let me ask both of y'all this. For y'all to be saying 31-4 and 31-13, 40-14. Are y'all predicting turnovers tomorrow? And are you predicting a lot of turnovers tomorrow, or are you predicting that Dak is about to put these points on the board like this? Because if we run the ball like we're supposed to, we ain't getting that many points. Unless, of course, Pollard just breaks one, which he usually does. He breaks at least one or two a game, for big yardage. So I get that point. Okay, Shane, that's exactly what I was thinking. So Shane is saying Dak is going to have a monster game tomorrow. So Shane is thinking exactly pretty much what I'm thinking. Joe, I'm waiting on you. Oh, well, there it is. Joe says Dak has 3 touchdowns and 2 defensive touchdowns. That's a big game for Dak. So Shane and Joe, and y'all come on, help me in here. Everybody else, how many times tomorrow are we predicting that Dak will throw the football tomorrow? Because it sounded like to me, y'all feel like what I'm feeling, that Kellen Moore's going to turn into the old Kellen Moore on tomorrow. Just let me start it off. I'm going to say Dak is going to throw the ball between, I'm sorry for a definite number, I'm going between 32 and 35 times tomorrow throwing the ball. Miss Charles says, well, another blowout. Miss Charles just said she just wanted the dub, but I would say 33-16 Cowboys. I mean, y'all, I said 20. I'm almost feeling bad. I said 24-13. Good Lord, y'all talking about ripping these guys apart. Joe says at least 30 attempts. Shane, how many times you think he's going to throw the ball tomorrow? I'm saying between 32 and 36. That's what I'm saying. They got to get him in rhythm. You heard that all last week. We got to get Dak in rhythm. The only way you get him in rhythm is he's throwing the football. I just believe it's going to happen. Hey, Greg or John. Joe says at least 30. Ms. Charles says, I'm predicting turnovers and sacks tomorrow. I believe you got a bullseye on that one, Ms. Charles. I believe that without a doubt. Shane, I'm waiting on you, brother. How many times Dak throwing the ball tomorrow? I'm waiting on all y'all that's on here. Y'all talk to me. How many times do y'all think Dak is going to throw the ball tomorrow? I got between 32 and 36, somewhere in that area. I think that Kellen Moore is going to abandon the run. I think he's going to get, Pollard. I don't think he's going to use Pollard like Zeke, where he just impose his will. I just don't think that's going to happen. And I think that he's going to open it up tomorrow. A little short passing game tomorrow to loosen it up and let Pollard finally get one. He'll break one for a huge gain, one of them big gains. Either break it for the touchdown or get dang near close. Joe said our father's been struggling. It's time to come out of the shell, he says. Shane says it's time. Shane says it's time for Dak to step up. Dak will have over 300 yards passing with 28 attempts. Interesting, Shane. Oh, my goodness, Shane. That's a little low, but it can be done. So you're expecting Dak to be hot. For him to get 300 yards in the way that we throw the football with just slants and comeback routes, every now and then he'll go up top, but it ain't like that. You're expecting Dak to have one of them bullseye type games. I'm talking about like you said 28 attempts. You expecting Dak to go maybe about 23 or 24 out of 28. Joe says is Schultz playing tomorrow. Is he still hurt? I wouldn't be surprised if he give it a go, Joe, but he's not right as well. He needs to sit down and get the bye week as well. He's just not right. Henderson and Hendershot, sorry, Ferguson and Hendershot can get the job done. Schultz really is not needed. If you're going to give Ezekiel Elliott a break, you need to give Schultz the break as well. Because his knee is not right. And everybody can see that. And he needs as much rest as he can get. And we don't know the extent of what's really wrong with him. They ain't going to tell us the truth on that. You might get the truth at the end of the year. But you're not going to get the truth about that now. Everybody else, the Shane messed me up with the 28 attempts for over 300 yards. Interesting. We just got to see how it rolls from that point on. So pretty much everybody's saying we're going to win tomorrow. I think I had the lowest score, but I had us still double-digit win. I had us 24-13. I just think that I just believe that we're going to. Hey, Mike, appreciate you. Mike says, let me see what you got to say, Mike. Michael said, I think it's going to be competitive. He's kind of like me. 21-14. Dak will throw between 21 and 25 times. Pollard goes for 120 yards. Dak, one interception. Defense will get 2 sacks. Very, very interesting. I like your score because that's kind of almost what I'm saying. I said 24-13. You're saying Dak is going to throw the ball between 21 and 25 times. So what you're saying, Mike, is you believe that he is going to pretty much stick with the game plan that we're doing now, which is primarily running the football. I think that's what you believe. And you think Pollard's going to go for 120. I can see that. Dak had one interception, you say. The defense will get 2 sacks. Uh, I believe the defense will get more than that. But you're thinking, just based off what you're saying, I believe you're saying that you think we're going to stick with this running the football approach. You don't see Kellen Moore throwing it away, forgetting how to run. You think he's going to continue going. I hope that's the case. I just hope that, it's pretty much effective. Miss Charles says he's going to throw it at least 30 times and will get at least over 200 yards. Yeah, definitely. And say TP and Malik and Turpin would get his. TP and Malik and Turpin would get Zeke's touches. I believe that's what you're saying. You believe that Turpin, Malik Davis combined will get Zeke's carries to go with it. Well, that part I wouldn't be surprised as far as Malik Davis. I believe Turpin and Lamb will get a couple handoffs and all that kind of stuff as well. I believe you're right. Joe says he believed that a field goal kicker would get at least 3 field goals tomorrow. He's been very good. He's been excellent. Quiet as he's kept, he's been extremely good this season so far. So interesting, y'all. I see what y'all are saying here. It sounds like everybody, with the exception of my, well, you know, a 24-13 in the NFL, that's pretty much a blowout. Anything that's over a touchdown, that's considered almost a blowout in the league. So me and Michael are the only ones that are giving us, you know, somewhat of a decent game. Everybody else got us in this, at least in this chat, they have us ripping people completely apart. I'm talking about somebody put that with Joe 40. Shane said 33, I think, and Miss Charles said I think the 30 points as well. I mean, wow. I believe it could happen. I just don't see it like that. I just don't see it like that. It definitely can happen though. Oh, it definitely can happen, especially if we start getting some turnovers. Vegas, and this is another one. Now this is huge. The line of Vegas, and he's absolutely right. It has us a 9-point favorite. That's huge in Vegas. That's a blowout. That's really what it is. Usually it's just a 3-point. Whoever's at home gets the 3-point, you know, unless your team just really that sorry. And sometimes it might stretch out to be you know, a 6-point or a 5-point, 5.5, something like that. When you get talking about 9-point favorites, they're not even expecting this to be a game. I sincerely hope so. I just think Chicago run the ball well enough that this is a matchup that don't really favor us because we're not good. We're really not. We're not good at stopping the run. We have problem with teams that can run the football. Then you throw in the extra ingredient that the quarterback is a phenomenal runner himself. That just adds more problems for us. A mobile quarterback. We have problems with stopping the run, and this team here, that's what they hang their hat on. Is running the football. So it's going to be very interesting tomorrow to see how well we can stop the run early. I mean, early, and stuff them pretty good. I mean, that's the only way we have to make Justin Fields uncomfortable. We have to make him throw the football, something that they don't want to do, with good reason, because he throws a lot of picks. We don't want him to get comfortable, and we don't want them to get any type of confidence as well, thinking they really got a shot in this game. It's just like Shane said, sometimes you just got to go ahead and put your foot down and go ahead and do what you're supposed to do with a team when you know you're supposed to win. You got to go ahead and put your foot down. This one of these games. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian? What's up? While you coming in, Brian, you done missed a lot of the show, but we're on prediction time right now. Go ahead and give me your score for tomorrow, Brian. I'm going to get you involved into the show since you popped in, brother. Give me your prediction of the score. If you want to know mine, I said 23 I said 24-13. If you want to catch up, everybody here believing that Dak is going to have a huge game on tomorrow. Huge game. To where he's going to throw 300 yards and stuff like that. Oh my God, Brian, y'all, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all are thinking just like I guess. I mean, Brian says 21-6. Now in that score, Brian, 21-6, you're saying that we're gonna I'm and correct me if I'm wrong. It looked like just based off that score prediction that you believe that we're just gonna stick with the same game plan as running the football the whole lot. I think that with Zeke gone for tomorrow at least, I just think that there's gonna be a little slight change in play calling. I still think we're gonna run it, but it's not gonna be as much as everybody think it's gonna be. I think that he's going to go. Yeah, I just think that he's going to throw the football a little bit more on tomorrow. Is that what you're thinking, Brian? You believe that we're going to stick with this run approach on tomorrow, even though Ziggy Elliott is not there? You think they're going to pound the ball with Pollard? Um, and hopefully Malik Davis. Hopefully they'll give him a chance to get a lot of touches tomorrow. I guess when I say a lot of touches for Malik Davis, probably 7 or 8. Give Pollard some rest on that. Don't want to tire him out. But I think that's what we're going with. So is that what you're thinking, Brian? That we're just gonna be running a whole lot? Ms. Charles said that is going to be stopped this game, sir. I hear you. Okay. Okay. Brian said, yeah, that's exactly it. And our defense is going to be going to ball with Zeke gone. I think they ball every week, to be honest with you. But I see what you're saying. You think they're going to really take the challenge that if Zeke is gone and they know they got to go stop the run. Okay. What you say, Joe? Joe says I can see Tank and Parsons getting a fumble recovery. Justin Fields fumbles the ball a lot, and David Montgomery, their running back, he does not fumble it a whole lot at all. But I see what y'all saying. Y'all expecting some of these hits on Justin Fields that's going to get the ball loose. I see what y'all saying, and I believe that can happen. But first, we got to make sure we put them in 3rd and longs. We don't need them getting 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, something that they can still be comfortable with. We need Justin Fields to be 3rd and 7 plus, 3rd and 6 plus. We know he's going to pull the ball down and run. We already know that's going to happen. And he's going to make a few plays. You can't shut a guy like this down the whole game, but we can disturb him a whole lot. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. All right. I'll try this. Okay, I'm going to do the phone line real quick. I got time for a couple calls if y'all want to. It's right there on the ticker for you. 901-654-6853. You can call in right now. Call in right now. If y'all don't call in, then I'm going to get off here. It's starting to rain here in Memphis as well. And we got a big storm that's coming. I hate to get shut off by a storm and my power go out. I hate that. So I would hate that. But there's a power outlet. It's not 901-654-6853. You can call in right now as we speak. If not, I'm going to get on down. For those that are watching on YouTube, whichever channel you're watching it on, I hope that you would subscribe to my channel, the Big Time Show channel. Just look for the video of this crazy looking face right here. And subscribe to it. Click on that bell that makes you know when I go live, and you can watch me just like you're watching now. I'll be back with you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. Obviously, we'll be talking about the game, what happened, what didn't happen, how we feel about it, etc., etc. We'll be talking about all that on Monday at 7 p.m. I might even come tomorrow and do some type of recap tomorrow. Who knows? I might do that tomorrow as well. So Just be on the lookout. Everybody turn on those notifications. Listen, these are the ways that you can see by my ticker going there. These are the ways that you can support the podcast. You can choose. I'll explain just a couple of them to you. The Cash App, of course, is just one way you can do that if you so choose. If not, I appreciate you hanging with me. Listen, and also, um, if you want to be, if you want to be a monthly subscriber, there it is. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.com is where you can pay monthly. You can have it drawn out of your account for however much you want. You can do it that way. Follow me on Twitter at Big Time Lou. For those of you that have Twitter, I'm live there on Twitter right now as well. If you like to watch through Twitter, I am there. Whenever you see me go live, I'm there live as well. Uh, you can do that. That's easy. Or you can, of course, go to Twitch at Big Time _73. That's where you can find me at on there. I'm live right there as well right now. You can check me out there. Whichever way you want to help me out, one definite way for sure won't cost you anything is just to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be awesome. If you're on Podbean right now, if you're on Podbean, all you have to do is just subscribe to the show. It's not a subscription; you just like the show, and you'll get the notifications when I will come on live. Of course, if you want to contribute to the podcast, you just touch that reward bag, that red. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you. If you're on Podbean, push that red reward bag, and it'll ask you if you want to make a monthly contribution to the show. That you'll sign up monthly to come out your account however much you want to, and it's really just as simple. All right. All right, everybody. I hope you guys are excited on about tomorrow. I am. I'm looking to tame the bears tomorrow. You know, we already took care of the lions. We ain't see the tigers, but we get the bears. Oh my! Let's go ahead and rock them, but let's go ahead and put them in. What you know, sometimes you just gotta show them they don't belong. Yeah, I see Noah Brown is not playing. Appreciate you. Well, that was earlier when you said that. I appreciate you, Joe. Joe done switched to YouTube on me. And as you can see, he's there. I'm live, just like I'm live everywhere else. Appreciate you, Joe, for checking it out for me. I appreciate it. And listen, if you follow me on the Big Time Show, just double it up, just like Joe do. Joe is a follower on the Big Time Show page, but he also has helped me out by subscribing. So even if you are a follower, go ahead and just make that little quick sacrifice. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do something here with my YouTube channel, and I need your help on it. All right. I appreciate all of y'all for hanging with me. Let's go ahead and get them clap emojis together. We finna get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. But as you know, before you leave here, we leave out of here grooving. Y'all know what's getting ready to happen. You know what's getting ready to happen. Y'all know. Y'all know what's getting ready to happen. I need the clap emojis though. And if you don't know, just trust me. Just trust me. If you're on Podbean, who is this? Dora Prosper. Whoever you are, let me get the clap emojis going. Let me get the clap emojis going. That's all I need is just that Joe. Thank you, Joe. That's all I need to see. And for those that don't understand why we clapping, I'm going to play something for you. And you got to see why I say get the clap emojis going. Once we get through arguing and debating and disagreeing and agreeing and we all leave out as family clapping the hands because we're gonna do this again when we come back, y'all. Y'all don't believe me though. Okay. Watch this. Miss Charles, I don't know if you caught it at the beginning. Just watch this. Just watch this. Whoever, Mike, you ain't gonna don't leave, Mike. Stay right here. What? This is the reason why I say clap your hands. Y'all know I'm a groove type guy. All right. I'm glad y'all hung with me just for this last part. We're gonna whoop the Bears tomorrow, okay? and we're gonna whoop them tomorrow. When I come on Monday, this is what you're gonna hear. But until Monday or tomorrow, let me take that back. Maybe tomorrow after the game, or definitely Monday. Well, Spoonie, I see you, man. You came in at the end, but we finna get out of here now. On Monday, on tomorrow or Monday, this is what you're gonna hear. I love it, y'all. Let's go ahead and clap our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and only, the big time show. Clap your hands, Podbean. Woo! Thank you for popping in, Miss Elaine. I'm out. Appreciate you, Prosper. Thank you for listening. We'll check you out next time.